Anyways, Purim today. Kibbutzim Gateitzel V'Sham Tuvalun, Purim, all the holidays in Purim, Kippurim, Yom Kippur is only like Purim, and the Kedusha of today, holiest day of the year, greatest day of the year. Purim is actually my holiday. I always love Purim. It's funny, the whole year we're all dressing up, and then you want to see who the real person is. When your rabbi is wearing a big, like a rock star in Purim, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense, And the Tel Aviv Nikim are dressing up as rabbis and rabbanites, in Yerushalayim, they're dressing like little, whatever. Whatever. So we wear tachposet the whole year, but in Purim is actually we really are atzmutov. And Purim is all the Chagim all together. It's Purim Pesach. I forgot Vav. I have to check it up one of these days. Vav is Shishi Shabbat or something else. I don't know. Reish, Rosh Hashanah, Yud, Yom Kippur, Mem, and Torah, all together, all one. So let's see the message from Hashem Yisbrach. Yom Yom today. The Yom Yom Purim, we live with our times, like Rav Shneir Zalman Ladi states. This means we live with our Torah portions of the day. Chitas, Chumash, Talmud, Tanya, Zohar, Chulu, Halacha. It's all one with Hashem Yisbarach, one with Hashem Yisbarach and His people. Ayah Or V'Or, Ayah Torah, Nam Yisrael, and Eino Mavado, everything's Hashem Yisbarach. Or in Sof, Lavush Beku, Chulu, Tzimtzumim, Hashem Yisbarach, Eino Mavado. So what did I want to say? Man, I was reading a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if I remember any of it. I was actually reading Maim Laoz, very beautiful. So Maim Laoz, I was reading on the book of Esther, Maim Laoz, one of the best Mefarshim out there. So he was talking about all the accusations, that the reason the decree was sealed. All the accusations that Haman brought to Achashverosh was all, these people, it was all the reasons why we have Purim, and why we're in the Gula Shlem as meetings, and why we're in the precipice, ready now. The Rebbe used to say, Techum Mamash, so ready, way past Mamash, already in the Gula Shlem as meetings, ready in the Galui Melech HaMashiach, ready, Mashiach already came a long time ago, but actually this was Parashat V'Amachos. Rebbe explains this very well. That the Rebbe explains the Inyan that one of the earlier months they rescinded the decree. Was 2 months after the decree was given, was rescinded, but it was only months later. They already had the Gula. Hashem already gave the Gula. So it says, okay, now for us to do. So now it's for us. As discussed previously, we don't have Beit Midrash, we don't have the Gula Hashem Mitis. We have to. It's actually because it's perpendicular with Pashas Zechor. So we have to Zochet Amalek, we have to Ashmid the Amalek, we have to Ashmid the Safek, we have to have Eish and Chayut. We have to Ashmid this Machloket and this Inyan to bring us down, and when we're flying high towards the Kedusha with Hashem Yisbarach. So we have to, foretell it, this evil, this klipa of Amalek, in Parashat Zechor, and Kippur, is Purim, talking about Haman, descendant of Amalek. So the Gula was already here. The Rebbe was saying the Gula was already here. And we see Maim Laoz, he was talking about how all the accusations that Haman brought. This is the reason actually why Hashem gives us the Gula, because we. The Rebbe brings it up. All the accusation that the Jews the Rebbe brings it up in V'Amachos. The Jews were stubborn and they don't follow any other gods, and they don't follow any other kings. They only go according to Hashem Yisbarach. And the Rebbe points out, they had 10 or 11 months before the decree kicked in, so they had to go fight, and they had to go out and defend themselves against Amalek and Sinat Yisrael. 10 months later, it was like 2 months afterwards, I'm not sure the exact date, but 2 months afterwards, the decree was rescinded. But it was only later on that they weren't able to overturn the decree because it's sealed of the king's seal. So only when they defended, the Purim was only when they defended and defeated this inyan of Amalek, so inyan of Sinat Israel, and then they had the Gula, then they had their Gula of Purim. One of my favorite books, one of my favorite, very beautiful. Like Maim Laws was stating, all the accusation Haman had, they don't do, they sit and pray to their God all day, and they don't work all day, they have their Shabbats, and this and that. Like it's his Mitzrayim was, they didn't change their names, they didn't change the levush, the beard, their tzitzit. There was, I believe they were tzitzit, I'm not sure, but the levushim, Padas Zakan, the Sefer Padas, I forgot the whole name of the Sefer, book of beards, all these robbers talking about the beards. Talking the main levush back then, because I'm not sure if they had tzitzis back then. They might have had, the tzitzis might have came after Mount Torah, I'm not sure. But the levush, they had the names, they had the Jewish names. That's the only inyan of Godesh. We have the Godesh of Pesach afterwards. Another inyan of Amalek. Godesh was the first thing in the Godesh of Pesach is Manishtana, Minagim. So they didn't change the Minagim. Wasn't the Minagim, the beards, the levushim, their names, Moishi, Shmuli, Yossi, Avraimi, Avramel, Mendel, and this is why Hashem took them out of it. They didn't change the names, they didn't change their levushim. So the same thing in Purim, he stuck steadfast to Hashem is their Mesiras Nefesh to be in their Yiddishkeit, to be Korov Hashem Yisrael, and the Kedusha to come Korov Hashem Yisrael. And even though they knew the decree was on them for 10 months straight, or more, for a year straight, and even after the rescission of the decree was another 10 months before they can fight back. Not one Jew or Pintele Yid didn't a tremendous Mesiras Nefesh. They didn't change. They didn't say, I want to be Persian or whatever they were over there. They steadfast Hashem is Bach, and exact accusation that Haman and Rasha. Why are there two? Haman and Rasha used and had the one. Other one. So let's see. Oh wait, either one or either two. Whatever. It's so confused. This is Purim Katan. It's not Purim Katan. It's Purim Gadol. It's Purim Katan. It's Gadol. It's whatever. Where was I? So yeah, the exact accusations. This is the reason why we have the Gula Shnavas Mitis now. So Rebbe says the same thing now. The same thing now. Hashem already gave us the Gula. We already see it. We see it all over. It's already the Gula and all the Inyanim. We can see it. All the things that are happening, and the klipot are going crazy and trying making up all these things. Yeah, oh, you need to sit in your home. We need to blah 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 blah. All this, all this sheker. Sheker is a shekel. The crooked. Zamet stands forever. So when we're together with Hashem Yisbarach, they put Hashem Yisbarach in Purim, and it's his Messiah. So then they had the Gula, and Hashem gave them the Gula. So now we see over here, we're the same exact thing, and the Rebbe talks about another Inyan. The Rebbe brings these exact things that are happening now in the Vot with the Rebbe, the exact things that are happening right now. The Rebbe talks about simultaneous Gulas and Gula at the same time. They say the Gula is already here. We just have to grab it and take it. It's actually funny because you read another thing is how do we take it? But there Hashem, you see. Another one of the beautiful things in the Megillah is many times it says Amelech is talking about Hashem Yisbarach B'atzmo, not Achashverosh, is Hashem Yisbarach B'atzmo. So the same thing you see one of the Inyanim that Esther, Achashverosh handed the scepter to Esther and said, meaning that she can do whatever she wants. She gave him the same power. He gave her the same power that he gave to Haman. You do whatever you want. This is what you'll decree. But she said, no, I do it together with the king. It's inyan, we do together, it's not, we do everything together with Hashem Yisbarach. The Rebbe's talking about that, when Samata is the Gula is already here. Same thing we saw Moshe Rabbeinu, and first we saw the Hashem revealed himself to Moshe Rabbeinu. And then you had all the Balaganim afterwards. So first you have the Gula. Then Then it's all about it. Then they start sharpening their Sinai start sharpening their swords. But then you have Kiryat Yamsuf. They all come flying after Am Yisrael, and Hashem completely enough is enough. So it's another inyan that's connected to this. Was another thing I saw. I got from where it's, Farsh and the Geula. I was talking about actually the inyan. You see this today. We see this all over the place. Actually goes together with the previous Pasha Tumor. Rabbi says when Jew is rich in his Beruchniut, is gold. Hashem says gold first in the Torah is gold before silver and copper, because Hashem's talking about Mahuta, it's Mato. Same thing to Tzaveh. It doesn't name Moshe Beis. We're talking about everything's a Mahuta, it's Mato. Hashem's looking at Am says Mahuta, it's Mato. Moshe Beis Kul Echad Mam Yisrael. Hashem's Baruch is Kul Echad Mam Yisrael. Yeah, my mind is all over the place. I didn't mention Moshe's name in the parasha. This is Moshe's request. But it's Moshe, Atzmut, Atzmuto, that we see in the Brit. The name's only given afterwards. First is the Atzmut Shel Ben Adam. Chelik Mamam Mamash, Hashem is Bab Atzmo. I forgot my point. Zainad, Moshe Zainad, there's also, you see this, in Zainad, there's also, so it's connected, it's all connected to, you see how everything's all connected. So all Torah is one, You take one, you can take Torah from 1,000 years ago, and you do new Torah, and if it's real Torah, and the Torah Dechadak, all the ways are pleasant and peaceful. Then it's answering, you see all the tzaddikim throughout all the generations, you just answer one another, and they're talking to one another. The Torah's Chaim is Inyan Shechai V'Kayam, Tzaddik Lo Met. It's always, the greatest celebrity, dies and everybody forgets about them. But it's tzaddik, the Torah is eternal, it's now and forever, and it's happening, Just saw in Chabad that always talking about, it's very beautiful. Say, if you think Purim is the past, you don't understand Torah, you don't understand what's happening. No, it's Torah's Chaim, everything is happening around you. So when that stupid schmuck that drives you crazy, that's Haman. That neurotic narcissist that's Haman. That crazy bee, whatever, that drives you, that's Ishti Mafchida Shel Haman. Zera Ishti Mafchida. What is it? Used to watch the Purim videos. One is they say Saruf Melemata, Kacha. Whatever. Wow. Okay. Where was I? Yeah, I'm all over the place. I completely lost my train of thought. So let's see what Hashem's message is. This is Purim Adar 1 or Adar 2. Maybe read both of them if I have the call. Tachna is not recited. Of course, Tachna is not recited. Okay, Baruch Hashem. My very grandfather, Rebbe Mirage, once told my very father, the Rebbe Rashab, my father, some say, chose the Maimarim that appeared in the Kutei Torah from 2,000 Maimarim authored by the Alter Rebbe. It's Tzedek, Menachem Menachem, Shmo Menachem, in Yanim Shagul, Hashem, in Yanim Shagul, Gilui Mashiach. There's a period in the Kutei Torah from 2,000 Maimarim authored by the Alter Rebbe. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, let's read them afar to try to understand this. The Rebbe explains that number 2,000 is not arbitrary. The Mishnah states the Torah preceded the world by 2,000 years. Okay. So, talking about purpose equation. Purpose equation. We say Zogula, that this is inyan of Melech Mashiach Ruach Mayim, and this is inyan to Ashmid et Amalek. We have to know that nobody argues in this. Melech Mashiach is Moshe Rabbeinu. So Moshe Rabbeinu is first. Moshe Rabbeinu is Mashiach ben Yosef, like talking about in David, and he's Mashiach ben David. Two different tafkidim. But it's all the same Ruach Elohim Rechevet al Pnei Hamayim, and all the souls, whatever. Moshe Rabbeinu, David HaMelech, Yaakov Avinu, Rabbi Nachman, the Rebbe, Chulu. Different Mekubalim talk about these things. I'm not going to get into it. Together with Hashem Yisrael, Melech Elyon, Melech Tachton, Chulu, Chulu, Chulu. So we see the inyan of the Hashem looking at the Torah is the blueprint of creation. Is what we were saying before. Torah is the blueprint of creation, and it's Torah's Chaim. Everything that's happening, we live with our times. Everything that's happening in Torah and everything that's happening, it's happening right now. That means we always it's time. It's always Gula. It's Gula Pratis, Gula Shlemis Amitis. These things are always happening. And Purim is happening right now. It's happening all around. The story Purim is happening right now. It's happening in our lives. It's happening It's happening personally, privately in your life. It's happening all around. It's happening in other people's chulu. Each soul is a whole world but small. Save a soul, save a Jew, save the world. Because it's a whole world. Hashem creates a whole world. And each soul, chulu. But that, we're not going to get into that. So Inyan, one of the most beautiful works of the Alter Rebbe's Likutei Torah. It's taken from 2000s. Everything's exact with the dates. It's Inyan, the dates and the numbers is all exact. Everything is exact in the Torah Samitis. The Inyan of 2000. So that's interesting. The Torah preceded the world by 2,000 years before creation. However, time did not exist. So what could this mean? The answer is that one, it means with the root of the word, Shana, years, relates to the root of the word, Shanui. The 2,000 years of Midrash, this alludes to 2,000 changes that occurred on various spiritual levels before creation. We're talking about all these orot, the also inyan, the gulish levels of Midrash, orot, Toho, the Kelim Betikin. This is the whole inyan, the gulish levels of Mimitis. This is Dir B'Tachtona, Bes Midrash Asdishi, here and now, B'Tachtona, Chulu, Chulu. It's the whole purpose of creation. Chulu. Changes that occurred in various spiritual levels before creation. The Torah likewise encompasses 2,000 levels that transcend our earthly plane of existence. By saying the Likutei Torah draws on 2,000 Ma'amrim, the Rebbe Mirage implied that these 2,000 levels are invested in that compilation. Wow. So talking about 2,000 levels and 2,000 is talking about Inyanim of Hashem Yisbarach already. And this is Kashor to Purim, because Purim Purim is the whole purpose of creation. Everything Inyan is Purim. This is Gula. This is Atzmut Atzmuto. So Daf could talk about this Yom Yom today, because hitting on our true selves without the Masichot that we are throughout the year. Chulu. There was a whole bunch of things I had in my head. I don't remember right now. Let's go to Adar 2, because I'm not. Let's see what's in Adar 2. 14 Adar 2. Some other things of Purim, if I can remember. So the Sikh will go back to the Dvar Malchus. The Dvar Malchus was very beautiful. It's talking about Malchus was talking about that oh man. I completely lost my train of thought. That Hashem already gave us the Gula. Now it's time for us to take it. Take ourselves. And the Rebbe said 30 years. That's how we bring in the Gula. You need a king, a Navi, a Kohen Gadol, chulu, and you need destruction of Malik. All these things are happening around. Parsh Zechor, in Moshe Rabbeinu, in Yan Nasi Ador, didn't know his birthday. Keep Purim, pour his Goral. So lotteries. As Moshe Rabbeinu didn't understand the Inyan Tzadik Lo Med, Chai V'Kayam. He didn't understand this Inyan. He didn't learn Chassidus. He didn't learn. He wasn't grateful. Chulu. So that was the Inyan of the feast. We go to the Inyan of the feast. Why did Esther Malka do 2 feasts? It was the first feast Haman was flying. He was in a lot of simcha. And after the second feast, his wife Mifchida Zeresh threw the toilet on him. So he came miserable and this. And then so what does the Rebbe say? It says that when a person's in simcha, nobody can touch him, no one can peel, even if it's the biggest rush in the world. So nobody can touch them. Simcha, we do at Hashem, we always need to be in Simcha. And Simcha leads to Geula, chulu, chulu, chulu. Because Haman was miserable and he didn't know how to be thankful and say thank you to Hashem for all the good that Hashem gave to him and all Rahmanut and Tov Hashem had towards him. And he didn't learn Rav Arush Sefer Began Oda'ah. Baruch Hashem, it's good for Am Yisrael. Yeah. Alright, so let's read the second other two, see what we see. Let's see over here, see the message from Hashem's Baruch. It was written by her grandfather, Rebbe Marash. The names of Haman's sons are not written in separate columns, nor does each of the columns begin with the word Amelech, the king. At this point, the Rebbe makes emendations to the Hebrew text of Torah that have been incorporated in all of his editions, and also cites variant reading. Another deep yom. It is all in yan of Adaloyada. We shouldn't, Adaloyada, we don't know the difference between Haman and Mordechai, and then we have Purim. Alright. May God bless. All the blessings called Am Yisrael. May all have the best Purim ever. B'idum Mundu B'Shav Simcha Sham Tuv Levav Ki Ad HaMelech כל ברוך הדיום ותותנו לכל עם ישראל, אמן ואמן לכל עם ישראל, אמן ואמן כן ירצון אמן נצח לבית. May God bless. Purim Sameach.